We taught our dog how to talk with buttons.
And today we're going to go over which buttons to introduce and in what order.
So we already did an entire video on how to get started, but one of the big tips that we want to give is when you're first getting started, start with just one word.
That word should be something that is super valuable to them and something that they're going to use a lot during the day. They might love going for a walk, but if they only go for a walk at night, then you only have one opportunity each day to teach them how to use the buttons. We lived in an apartment, and so we had to take Mila out to go potty. We couldn't just let her in the backyard. So we gave her a potty button because she had to use it multiple times throughout the day. And you could even do that if you do have a backyard. You can just leave the button by the back door and press that when they need to go potty.
Also, with the first word, it's important to pick a word that you are willing to do. For example, if you gave them park as their first word, it's important that then you are willing to take them to the park every single time they press it. Don't start with a food-related word like treat or eat or dinner or something like that.
You want them to view this as a form of communication rather than a trick. And a treat might feel too similar to a trick, especially if they're food motivated. They might think all buttons moving forward get them food in some capacity. So try to avoid that as best as possible. Some good starter words are potty, play, cuddle, outside, things like that, things that they want to use a lot and things that are easy for you to give them. Down the line, you don't have to give them that thing every time they press the button, but in the beginning, it's really important to do it as much as possible to reinforce the meaning of the word.
Once you've added that first word and it feels like your dog has a clear understanding of how to use it and they're using it often, which I'm going to pause and say that it can take some time. I think it took Mila 2 to 3 weeks to start using her first word consistently, and then probably another week or two to really solidify that she knew exactly what it meant. But once your dog reaches that stage, then you can start adding more buttons, and we recommend adding them in pairs of 2.
Make sure that those pairs are opposite, like play and cuddle. It helps give them a more clear understanding of what play means and what cuddle means, but it also ensures that they're not confusing the two because they're so different. Some good opposites are play and cuddle, ball and rope, mom and dad, things like that.
And then basically you just continue repeating the process. So you make sure that you model the words for your dog, you make sure that they really have a clear understanding of the buttons, that they're using the new buttons that they've been given, rather than just constantly adding more words to their vocabulary before they have grasped the ones you have given them.
Yeah, patience is really important in this. If you add too many words at once, it can be really confusing and there's too many words to use before they understand their other words. And so it can be tougher to learn each word individually. I don't remember the exact order, but our first word was potty, and then I know that after that we added play and scritches, which is just like pets. And then I believe we added water and eat. Mila isn't super food motivated, so we were comfortable with adding eat because we wanted to add water. If she was super food motivated, we probably wouldn't have added food and water. After that, we added play and cuddle, and then we started adding the names of toys. So we did ball and tug, and I don't really remember after that, but yeah, just contrasting words. Yes and no is a great one, but it's really important to make sure that you're adding words that your dog wants to use, not that you want your dog to use. Mila probably isn't going to use no a whole lot because she doesn't like being told no, but we wanted to give her that in case she ever needed to say no. So there's still value in that, but that's why it was a word we introduced way later, and all the words that we introduced in the beginning were super valuable to her, like play and cuddle and scritches. She loves those.
Yeah, and not only are they valuable to her, they're things that she knows already oftentimes, which is super helpful if your dog already knows the word. And then also add words that would be helpful, useful, valuable to your dog, not just something that you really want to give them because you want your dog to be able to curse at you or whatever.
Right. We didn't start adding words like love you and yes and no and things like that until we had run out of the really necessary words.
Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and you can check out more videos on Mila's channel of her using the buttons.
Let us know if you have any questions.
Thanks for watching.